So, has anyone ever called you stubborn? Stubborn is seen as such a negative trait. But I want to suggest to you that you could take this trait of stubbornness and turn it around to work for you. I'm Danielle Burnock from DanielleBurnock.com. Love yourself from Survive to Thrive. That lady on the internet who loves you. Today, I want to help you grab a hold of the stubbornness that's within you and turn it around like the message on this mug that I'm holding in my hand. See this mug? On my podcast, you're not going to be able to see it, but I've had this mug for years. I've had people ask me, where did you get it from? And I got it from my mother years ago, and she died in 1994. So that's how old this mug is from before that. But this mug has this elephant that's upside down and this mouse that is dragging it up a hill by the tail. And it says, where there's a will, there's a way. And that's what stubbornness can do for you. You can grab a hold of your stubbornness and make it work for you to accomplish the things that you want to accomplish in your life. For example, I have this book, Emerging with Wings. And one of the things that I wrote in it, because of the trauma I'd been through, I didn't know how to heal, and I didn't know how to grow, and I didn't know how to get out of the misery. But one thing I knew is I was stubborn because I didn't want to stay there. I was looking for a way to get out of that misery, out of that pain, out of that confusion, out of all of that crap that went with that. And so I just refused to stay where I was. That was stubbornness at work. A quote in my book says, I got to where I am today by refusing to stay where I was. That's just stubbornness employed for change. Change is something I have done over and over again. That's another part of the quote from my book. I don't know if I'm quoting it exactly, but that's not the point. The point is you can do things in your life if you will harness your own stubbornness and make it work for you. So instead of someone calling you stubborn, I was remembering of a story that I had shared before about when I went shooting with my husband, and I hadn't gone either before or I hadn't gone in a long time, and I just felt so green and didn't remember how to do anything. And I asked the guy to help me, and he rattled up all these things, and I didn't understand him, and I got really frustrated, but I was stubborn that I'm going to do this. I'm going to find a way to do this. And I employed that stubbornness, and I didn't do exactly perfectly. My husband helped me, are you doing this? And changed to do that, and I listened to him. And as we were leaving, my husband called me something besides stubborn. He said, you're a freedom person. And how would you like to be called a freedom person? Someone who doesn't give up until you get free from whatever you want to get free from, or you become free to do something that you want to do. You can be a freedom person, or as my podcast is called, a victorious soul. And we do that by refusing to stay where we are and looking for the answer, looking for the way out, looking for someone to help us, and just not giving up on ourselves, not giving up on our dream, not giving up on our healing, not giving up on whatever it is that we are going after, because it is true that where there is a will, there is a way. Sometimes the way is a pivot too, because sometimes we learn that what we wanted to do, well, maybe I don't really want to do that. Maybe I want to do this. And as we push ourselves to continue to be persistent or to be determined, we can find that new way, and we will find the way, and we can embrace our God-given greatness, because God has put treasures inside of all of us. And the crap that happens to us in life, it's like a bunch of manure that gets put on top of us, hiding all of that. And in our stubbornness, we can dig through until we find that greatness that God put in us. We all have something in us that is great. You are great. You are loved. There is some the gifts and talents in you. And they don't have to be huge, like, taking over the world or anything. Just loving your neighbor, taking something to your neighbor, helping someone, doing something you couldn't do yesterday that you can do today. That's greatness. When you tap into growth and you tap into love and you heal your soul and you help others, these are all a variety of greatness. What does greatness look like to you? Maybe that's what's holding you back, is you have it over in some big, huge thing over here that you have called unattainable. But there is greatness in you. And so I want to encourage you to tap into your stubbornness, wherever you've been called stubborn, and turn it around into working for you to become your best self, your truest self, your greatest self, because you matter. And I love you. I'm Danielle Burnock from DanielleBurnock.com. Love yourself from survive to thrive, and use your stubbornness to get from point A to point B. And until next time, I love you.